So good night, everyone, once more. So without wasting time, we're going to start the business of tonight. We're still in soft skills in project management. I think the last topic we treated is, or the last skill we treated is negotiation skills. So tonight we are going to be looking at problem-solving skills as a leader or as a project manager. As a project manager, you are a leader, and as a leader, you should be ready to solve a lot of problems in your project, within the project team. So let's dive in and see what our slide hold for us. So as a project manager, you must learn how to solve a problem. As a matter of fact, every project is all about solving one company IT problem or the other. So please put yourself on mute. Problem solving is the process of analyzing issues, identifying solution, and making decisions to overcome challenges encountered during project execution. Effective problem-solving skills are essential for project managers to address obstacles, mitigate risk, and ensure project objectives are met. So looking at the brief definition here, it's all about how do we manage our risk. These are problems. When we are seeing risk coming, is a problem coming. And when it happens, it becomes, when risk happens, it becomes an issue. Issue is a problem. How do we manage it? How do we work proactively to even make sure that it doesn't happen? These are what this is telling us. So we need to be proactive project managers. We need to have eagle eyes. We need to have risk problem management plan, which is risk plan in place to mitigate any kind of risk coming. We've treated risk management or risk analysis. We capture some of the technical techniques we can use to manage risk and issues such as red log, risk registers, and yeah, these are the key areas, the key techniques we treated. So what are the aspects of problem solving? We have analysis. Under analysis, it means we need to thoroughly analyze the root cause of problems or issues encountered during problem execution. We need to gather relevant data and information to understand the scope and impact of the problem. So we can't just solve problem from the periphery or from the surface. We need to go down the root, apply root cause analysis. As we are progressing, maybe when we join business analysis class, we are going to see how to use root cause analysis. So we need to be creativity, generate innovative and creative solutions to address identified problems, thinking outside the box and considering alternative approaches or perspectives. So that means that thinking outside the box is all about being creativity, being creative, being flexible, applying agile while we manage. We can't just say this is the way it should be, and if it's not that way, the problem cannot be solved. No. As a project manager, we should be very creative. We should be fast thinkers. Everybody in that project is relying on you. So you should stand as a leader to think fast, outside the box, to make sure that things are resolved as quickly as possible. Decision making, you need to be a good decision maker. Make informed and timely decisions based on the analysis of available information and the evaluation of potential solution, considering risk, benefits, and trade-offs. So, if you cannot take timely decision as a project manager, it's going to be difficult. So, you need to be decisive in all your decisions. All your decisions must be time-based. You must be a time-based person. You work with time. It's very, very important. And if you cannot take a timely decision, it's going to be a problem. So people will be messing around with their deliverables as well. So you need to be on time. If there is a problem you are solving with your team, when you look at, when we are discussing RAID log or risk analysis, you can see that every problem or every risk or issue captured is assigned to somebody, and there should be a time limit to solve any problem. It cannot be, you can't solve a problem forever. So if you are assigning a problem to an owner, it must be time-based. And as soon as the time elapses and is not solved, it has to be triggered. It has to be escalated to the next line manager or superior officer to handle that. So you should be able to take timely and prompt decision. Is very, very key as a project manager. And implementation, you should be able to execute and implement chosen solution effectively, monitoring progress and outcomes to ensure successful resolution of problems. We've already captured how to do this in our RAID log or RAID management. So when you assign a problem to an owner, you don't leave that problem to an owner to just, so you must monitor, you are accountable. Although whoever you assign the problem to solve is responsible for solving the problem, but when you are looking at our racing metrics, the project manager is accountable to everything. So you must make sure that every problem you are solving, you have an eye, you monitor it. Whoever is the risk owner or the issue owner is working according to your timeline, your scope, and the risk plan. You must have a risk plan and they must work according to the risk plan. Evaluation. Evaluate the effectiveness of implemented solutions, gather feedback and lesson learned to inform future problem solving effort and improvement. We'll talk about lesson learned. Is very key. Is well, like we building our library or blog. So it's a resources we can fall back on. So everything you do, you must get a feedback. And every communication must get a feedback. Every solution implemented, you must get a feedback. Anything you do as a project manager, it must be a two-way traffic. It cannot be one-way traffic. When you are giving, you should be expecting. If you are reporting an issue to a stakeholder or sponsor, project sponsor, you must expect feedback. Even when we are talking to your team members, you must expect feedback. Likewise, when you are solving a problem, after solving a problem, you must gather feedback. And it should be documented as lesson learned. Lesson learned meetings should be held in a project, while a project is going, is statutory meeting that should be held at least once every week to capture lesson learned. Because why you capture lesson learned is that at the end of every week, you need to evaluate what you and your team have done, and then capture lesson learned, prepare for the next week. So it's very, very important. While you are submitting a report to the stakeholders, you capture lesson learned. While you have a meeting to prepare for the next week, you capture lesson learned. What have you done this week that didn't go well? Then how did you solve so many of the problems? How did you resolve this issue? Have you closed this issue or problem in red log? These are questions you need to ask during the lesson learned meeting. And there should be, even if you as a project manager is not the one documenting the lesson learned, you must assign it to someone. A lesson learned report must be captured. We call it lesson learned log. It's a log. You must log all the lessons within that. It's part of the key document that we need to possess. So how do we apply this problem solving practically? Number one is risk management. Identify and assess risk to project success, developing mitigation strategies and contingency plans to address potential issues proactively. We've done this before. Issue resolution, address issues or conflicts that arise during the project execution promptly and effectively, facilitate dialogue and collaboration among stakeholders to find mutual acceptance solution. We've done this as well. Resource allocation, optimize resource allocation and utilization to address resource constraints, bottleneck, reallocating resources as needed to support project objectives. So these are things we've done as well. Like yesterday, someone brought the issue of not being able to allocate resources and having a contingency plan which affected the project. If you have, like I said, acceptance criteria, if a good project manager is saving money, I don't see it as a bad thing. So you should be able to know how to allocate your resources. Example here is that here in UK, the cost of hiring, let me say, a developer here in UK can be £60,000 per annum. Hiring a mid developer, kind of just experienced developer, with 60K per annum. But when you go to India, you can get somebody who is very good, even better than the UK person, at the rate of £30,000 per annum. So when you are a good project manager and you are versatile in the market, you know the market terrain very well, UK market, American market, Indian market. When you have a project, you can save money by going to India to hire some good freelancers, trusted freelancers that can deliver even better than the UK developers. This is a good way to save resources. The budget, you might have made the budget based on UK pricing, but when you want to hire, you can decide to go, and so you make savings. I don't see it as a bad thing when you have experience, you know, within the different global market. But if you don't have that experience, you don't just jump into Indian market to start hiring developers. You don't know developers there. You've not worked with developers there. Developers you need to hire remotely. These are people you must have tested in one way or the other, or you have a good guide. So, conclusively, problem solving is a critical skill in project management, enabling project managers to address obstacles, mitigate risk, and ensure project success. By developing effective problem-solving skills, project manager can mitigate challenges, drive innovation, and achieve project objectives. So it's very, very key. So all these skills we have here, all of them are surrounding around problem solving. Whether being a good leadership skill, it's all about making sure that things goes well. You handle your problems, solve problems. So everything revolves about this particular problem solving skills. So let's move on to adaptability. What is adaptability? It is the ability to be flexible and adjust plans, strategies, and approach in response to changing project requirements, priorities, or circumstances. Project managers must be adaptable to navigate uncertainties, embrace changes, and ensure project success. Like I said, changes in project management occurs. Even if you are working within an agile environment or you are working within waterfall environment, we see waterfall environment has been so rigid. Very soon we'll start treating project management methodology, so we understand it. But at the moment, let's just work based on just basic understanding of agile and waterfall. So agile and waterfall environment seems to be rigid. You feel that once a project charter, some feel that once a project charter is captured, everything you do within the project must be according to the book. There must not be changes. No, problem changes do occur, but make sure you have appropriate place or appropriate plan. When changes come, capture the change, evaluate the change. I told you have a evaluation board. In a project, you need to set up an evaluation board that evaluate every change that comes in and look at the impact. Do your impact analysis. Understand the impact. Communicate the impact to the stakeholders. And then once approved with appropriate budget, then it can be implemented. So you don't have a rigid mind when it comes to change because you're planning or you are scared of a scope creep. If you manage a change very well, it's not a scope creep because it's addressed. A scope creep is when you go outside the scope and it's not addressed, it's not approved by anybody, then it's a scope creep. And in agile environment, agile is very flexible. Agile is known for its flexibility. So even at the point of trying to go live and the stakeholder decide to bring a change, is welcome in agile environment. So that is agile for us. So when we have a change, it's not like a totally bad thing. So that's why we are talking about adaptability. You must be adaptable you must be flexible. So what are the key aspects of adaptability? We talk about flexibility, embrace change and uncertainty, remaining open to new ideas, feedbacks, and perspective, and adjusting plans or strategies as needed to accommodate evolving project need. All of us knows that we in IT, we are in a very fast lane, we are in a very fast market. So when you are developing a solution and the solution you are developing suddenly becomes obsolete, you don't stick to that. You try to adapt to market changes. Resilience, maintain composure and resilience in the face of setback or challenges. Viewing obstacles as an opportunity to growth and learning rather than barrier to success. That is all about resilience. So you see it as an opportunity. Creativity. Think creatively and innovatively to develop alternative solutions or approaches to address unexpected challenges or constraints, leveraging available resources and expertise. Mostly, all these are highly welcome in agile environments. Although equally, if you manage it very well in waterfall environment, just in waterfall environment, they like so much documentation. Any move you need to make while the project charter has been approved, you must document it. In everything, there's high level of documentation. But in agile, you can easily, the product owner can easily call off a project, a sprint that is going on because there is a change. So that is why we have agile, and we call it agile. Agile means flexibility. Risk management. Anticipate potential risk or disruption to project progress and develop contingency plan or mitigation strategies to address the project proactively. That is mitigation. You must have mitigation strategies, contingency plans. They must be in place. You cannot even start a project as a good project manager. You must have basic contingency and mitigation plan before you start in your project. Communication, communicate changes or adjustment to project plans or strategies clearly and transparently to team members and stakeholders, ensuring alignment and understanding. There should be clear communication, open communication, transparency communication, timely communication. It must be timely. You don't hide things in projects. When there is a situation, you communicate to stakeholders, you communicate to our team members, you organize a meeting, brainstorm. You are not working alone. You don't work in isolation. So there should be need for open communication. Not only open, but timely. So you must have a communication plan, you know. So applying this practically, we look at scope change in terms of this being adaptable. Respond to changes in project scope or requirement by adjusting plans, timelines, and resource allocation accordingly. Ensure alignment with project objective and stakeholders' expectation. We've already talked about scope creep, scope change, scope this. Scope is a lot in project. You know, all we are doing is trying to manage our scope. What is scope? Boundary. Boundary, you don't go against your boundary. It's important. You call it border. You don't just go into somebody's, if you want to move from UK to France, there is border, so they still need to look at your paper before you cross. From Ghana to Nigeria, there is border. These are scopes, restrictions around. So every project is that way. Before you move, if it's a timeline, you can't, if we agreed on 2 weeks, you can't cross 2 weeks without reasons. That is permission for you to enter another boundary. So it must be duly recognized. You must have plan, have resources. Before you can go outside your resource base, you must make appropriate plan, get permission to do that. So we already talked about scope management. It's very, very important to have a plan to manage our scope very well. We have a lot of strategies to manage scope. Talk about change management form, where or scope management form. If you have a situation, it must be captured and managed by a board you set up to manage it. Evaluate the change you are capturing or the change coming in. Try to understand the impact. You must do the impact analysis, and then make sure you capture the resources or budget accordingly before implementing any change. Then let's look at resource constraints. Address resource constraints or limitation by allocating resources, outsourcing tasks, or seeking alternative solutions to ensure project success and progress. So it's very, very important. You know how to manage your resources. These are part of these constraints. We'll talk about 3 constraints, you know. So these are things we look out. We can't shy away from all these areas. That's why you are a project manager, to manage these 3 constraints within your projects as the project manager. You must know how to use technology. So you must constantly be learning new technologies. Every new technology that is trending, you must try to understand why this technology is trending. You shouldn't be shying away from IT. New ITs are coming up, or you must try to be on top of your game. Embrace new technologies or tools that enhance proficiency, collaboration, and communication. Adapting workflow and processes to leverage technology advancement effectively. Today, we are living in a technological era, so you cannot shy away from that. You can't say now, I'm comfortable with this technology, I don't want to learn any other technology. No, you don't do that. Try to, whenever there is technology in town, try to be one of the people to try it out. Fair enough, most of these technologies, you don't need to buy them. Most of them coming, you only have like at least 2 weeks trial. Within that 2 weeks trial, you can jump in, try it out, see how it looks like. If it's good enough or it's better than the one we are using, then try to, bring it in to help you move faster in your project. Like me, I've tested almost all the collaborative project management tools. I know how all of them looks like. So, and when there is an improvement in any particular one, you always get updates. And this particular one has been improved. So it's good. You have to be on top of the game. And it's fun when you are seeing it from, like, you are loving your career, you are loving what you are doing. Don't feel threatened when there is new technology. Now we have AI. AI is taking over. Even everything we are doing, try to understand how to use artificial intelligence to manage your problem or your project. Some people are scared of, some people are shying that AI is going to take our job. They are not here to take your job. They are here to help you do your job efficiently, not to take your job. But if you don't want to embrace AI, those people that have learned how to use AI, they will take your job, not AI taking your job. But the people that have that skills, the people that have upskilled themselves, they will take your job. In this IT sector, we keep on updating. That's why the money here is very juicy. Every IT career, they pay very well. But you yourself, you cannot just be keeping the money. You must make out time to be, updating yourself on a regular basis so that you continue to be relevant in the market. You can't just say, I've done this project management course with Mr. Charles. It's all over. I'm now a project manager. No, You keep on updating yourself. And you look at me, I keep updating myself on regular basis. And that is what making me to be on top of the game. So market dynamics respond to changes in market condition, customer preferences, or industrial trends by adjusting to market strategies or priorities to remain competitive and meet evolving needs. It's just like I've covered everything, you know. So you need to remain dynamic. You need to be, following market changes. As the market is navigating, you keep on navigating, following the trend. That is the rule of this game. Follow the trend. Keep on following the trend, technological trend. As AI is coming, you're on top of AI. As we're having machine learning, you're on top of it. And it's like fun. When you are loving what you are doing, it becomes fun for you. You see some people that love football. When their football is playing, they're everywhere. Even if they cannot go there to visit, they must find a way to watch the match. That is passion. So you must have passion for what you are doing. If you don't have passion for IT, if you are here for just money, because you hear that IT professionals are making a lot of money, over time you get burned out and you'll be left, behind. But if you are here for the passion, good and fine, you are going to hit big because that is what is going to sustain you. So adaptability is a crucial skill in project management, enabling project managers to respond effectively to changing project requirements, circumstances, and priorities. By cultivating adaptability, project managers can navigate uncertainties, embrace change, and ensure project success in dynamic and evolving environment. We are living in a very dynamic and evolving environment. I'm very happy that so many of you are into this. It's a big step in your life. Some of you are just playing around, but you don't know what you're getting in. It's a big step. I'm telling you, the time I started my IT career, I don't know half of what you are gathering now. But we are just like, you are gathering a lot, at a shot, which is very good for you if you can handle it very well. So a lot of people, and as you are getting it, you try as much as you can to transfer it to your children, to your siblings, let them understand that the world is changing. That is all about adaptability. We are adapting to what is going on these days. IT is taking over. You can say every company you put your head now, all is running is digital transformation. Everywhere, digital transformation. Everywhere, digital transformation. If you are very smart, it's ringing a bell. What is digital transformation? Everybody is moving away from analog system. That is it. That's what digital transformation. That is all about adapting to current digitalization, digital technology. So that is it. You must, not you alone, but you and your household, because you can't be left behind in this digital transformation. As the market is getting digitalized, try to digitalize your family as well. If you are a wife and your husband is analog, drag your husband into IT. Everybody needs to be digitalized. Your children, if they are analog, you must try to make out money, buy some tablets for your kids, train them. It's important. Digital transformation. Nobody should be left behind because this is the world we are entering. It cannot go back. You thinking that we'll go back to analog is just like thinking that one day we will go back to trade by barter. It's can never go back to trade by barter. It's gone. So that is how the analog stage in our life, in our society, in the banking, in the market, that's why you see e-commerce is thriving everywhere. So you should try to digitalize your mentality. Everything you do should be digitalized. That is all about adaptability. Okay, let's move to time management. Time management is the process of prioritizing tasks, allocating resources, and managing workload efficiently to meet project deadline and objectives. Effective time management enables project manager to optimize productivity, minimize delay, and deliver a result on time. Time management is very, very important. Very, very important in project management. So, what are the key aspects of time management? Prioritization. Identify and prioritize tasks based on their importance, urgency, impact, or project objective, focusing on high priority activities that contribute most to project success. You must prioritize every task. When you start working on so many of these our collaborative software we're going to use, you see that every task they must ask you to put a priority so that you will know, a team will know which one is better or which one is more important, not better, but more important. So you must know how to prioritize your tasks. It's very, very important. When we'll be discussing agile or Scrum planning, you see that the product owners, their main objective while addressing or managing their product backlog is to prioritize the product backlog so that the developers will work on the most prioritized tasks before the less prioritized tasks. So it's very, very important. When you prioritize it, the developers or whoever is working with them understand the urgency of the task. They will understand the impact of that task. So that is what we're looking at, impact and urgency. Impact and urgency. Prioritization will look at high priority, medium priority, and low priority. High impact, low impact. So these are how we look at prioritization. These are something we'll do all the time. Very soon we'll start practicing and you'll see all these things I'm talking about in real time. So planning. Develop detailed plans, schedule and timeline that outline key milestone deliverables, deadline, allocating resources, and estimating task duration accurately. All of us know what is planning. We already use Project Labor to develop a project plan. While developing Project Labor, you see there how we captured every schedule, how we captured timeline, we added time to every task we created, we added deadlines, we allocated resources. So that you must create a detailed project plan. So this is a way of project tracking. When we talk about project tracking, we track our timeline, making sure that we are prompt and we are not being, nothing is delaying us, no team member is delaying us. Organization, organize project related information, documents, and resources systematically. You must know how to, be highly organized. You plan your document in a way that everybody to be able to access the document is very, very key. I will show you just briefly how I do organize my work in some of the projects. Like in this project here, you see here, this is a local handy CRM implementation. Okay. Now, if here you see the way I organize my work, is highly organized, stages by stages. Not that alone. Let's go to Docs and File. If I click on that Docs and File here, this is where we put all the documents and file here. Then you see the way I break everything down. We have initiate folder, define folder, execute folder. I created all these folders. So every item, every deliverable coming from initiate stage is going to initiate folder. Everyone coming from define stage going to define folder. Everyone coming from execute stage going to execute folder. And the closure folder as well. So if somebody just come into a team member comes in here and looking for a folder of a file, you know where the file, if it's a closure deliverable, you don't need to come to initiate and start looking for the file. The file is here, it should be here. And all our videos, you look at the video here, that is project video here. Not only that I put it in a video folder, I itemize it. You see, I want to see the way I itemize my work. Everything is organized. You cannot tell me you come here to look for something and you don't get it. And again, I created a template, a project template, which you can use. So if you are looking for template, you cannot start going to video file to look for template. You can't go to initiate folder to look for template because there is a project template folder here. And you can see there's a lot of templates here, which are uploaded here for everybody to use. So you see that it's highly organized and very easy to I make everything. I'm the project manager. I organize these things. So this is your work as a project manager. In some cases, if you have a project coordinator or project support officer, the person should be helping you to do this kind of organization. At times, the PMO, project management officers, as well can help you to organize things like the one we have in a very big project. We have project coordinator, we have a PMO. They are the people organizing you to do some of all these other smaller tasks like organizing file, things like that. But in a normal medium project or small project, nobody is going to hire PMO for you. The highest thing they can do for you is to give you a project coordinator that will be assisting you. But if you don't have a project coordinator, you should be able to do all these things. You see how my project looks so organized. And my team members, they are very, very happy working in this environment. This is just like our office, virtual office. So everything must be organized. So even if you are not working in a virtual office like this, every company, they have shelves where they have folders, where they put, you should be able to organize folders. If you go to library, for us to look for the right text we're searching for a library is because it's highly organized, using catalog and a lot of categorization to organize our library, and people can just walk into library and pick the textbook they are looking for without any threat. We have millions of books there. If they just stack it there for you to come, and it's going to be so chaotic. So that is what we mean by being organized. Then delegation. You must be able to delegate duty as a project manager. You must, even if you don't know how to do that, you must learn how to do that. You know, delegate tasks and responsibility to team members based on their skills, expertise, and their availability. Empowering them to take ownership and accountability for their own work. As a project manager, you are not there to do everything. You are there to make sure that everybody is doing what they're supposed to do. So even if you are very skilled, because it's fine now that so many project managers are veteran business analysts. So like me now, I can manage a project. While managing a project, I'm a senior business analyst. So because I'm a senior business analyst and we have other business analysts working with me, I cannot leave the project and go and start micromanaging them because I may say, no, allow them to do their job. Empower them is very, very key. Don't be know-it-all. Everybody that make it there have a purpose why they are making it. If they are not performing to the optimum level, find out why they are not performing and empower them. So you must try to delegate duty. If you don't know how to do that, it's very, very important. Some people find it difficult to do that. So if more respect, people feel that no matter how you feel, you know it, try to learn how to delegate duties to team members. It's very, very important. So let's keep moving. As we are moving, I'm still removing noisemakers. So let's talk about monitoring. Monitor progress against project schedule and timeline regularly, identifying potential delays or bottleneck early, and take corrective action to keep the project on track. So, of course, we know that I said monitoring is something, is an ongoing event. Starting from when the project started, we continue to monitor. We continue to, track and monitor. It's a continuous progress, continuous activity. So starting from when we start, monitor for delays. When you find delays, try to correct them. Delays in time, look at to make sure there is no delay is very, very important to understand every dependencies before the project starts. That's why when we are planning our project, you see at the project labor, before we start any project, we are planning, I try to identify all the dependencies. These are the critical parts. We've done critical part analysis. These are the critical parts you must identify. These are the areas you should not have a delay. So you must be monitoring those critical parts regularly. It's important. Then we have adaptability. Be flexible and adaptable in response to changes in project scope, project requirements, or priorities. Adjust plan and schedules as needed to accommodate shifting priorities or unforeseen circumstances. You see, this adaptability is very, very important. It's appeared here again. So even as we are managing our time and things, we must still be flexible. Then time tracking. Track time spent on tasks and activities accurately. Use time tracking tools or techniques to identify inefficiency, optimize workflow, and improve productivity. So it's very, very important we know how to track activities. Tracking activities is very, very important in what we are doing. So if you know how to use project plan very well. Project plan is one, project planner. Project planner tool is like Project Labor or Project Microsoft Project. If you know how to use that software very well, it's a lifesaver for you as a project manager. But another good thing is that most of the collaborative softwares these days can help you track most of your activities very well. Okay, let me drag us back to this Basecamp. You see here in Basecamp, look at activities. This is project activities. You see today, this is what I've done today in this project. So you see, I can equally track activities here, what everybody is doing, Then this is yesterday in this project. So I can see what everybody is doing. Then when you come to deliverables here, if I want to, let's use this read workshop as a deliverable, I will open it. Here you can see when I assign this particular, see, assign to. Let's do, if I assign, you see all the team members here, I can choose who to assign it to. When I assign it, then I come here and say notify. I can say if I'm not going to be available to do that, I can say notify Charles. I can say notify me. You know, once I click notify, you will see that it's going to, let me see. Okay, then you see I've selected somebody now here. Okay, notify who? You see me here, notify Charles. Then I'll say due date. This is a way of tracking. Tracking, I say, when is this going to be delivered? When do I want this done? I say today is Thursday. I want it tomorrow being Friday. I've put a date. And if I want it to run multiple times, and here I'll make a note here. But the main point here is that with this date, I've tracked this. So by tomorrow, and this is not done, I will be notified. This will automatically notify me that Agnes has not done this. And I will query Agnes, why are you delaying our project? You know, things like that. And if Agnes submit deliverable, automatically I will know that Agnes has submitted deliverable against this for me to review. So you see, this is way of tracking. If it goes beyond the timeline, it's going to flag off, reminding me. So that is tracking. So you can use some of this collaborative software to track. You can use project planning software to track as well. So that is it. I'm not going to save this, so I will discard this change. So back to so that is how you can track project time and activities and deliverable using all these tracking tools. Then applying this practically, first, task prioritization. Use prioritization techniques such as Eisenhower matrix or ABC method to identify focus on tasks that are urgent and important while delegating deferring less critical tasks. So this prioritization tools here is overridden by the tools we are using already. So let us not learn so many tools. That's one thing I want us to, basic tools first. When you are accelerating, you can learn more multiple or more complex tools. But just learn how to use basic collaborative softwares. All of them have a way of prioritizing tasks, like I said. Even if you go to Asana, Basecamp, ClickUp, they have a way to prioritize tasks. It's it's there. Even in all these collaborative, all these planning software, they have ways of prioritizing tasks. They'll prioritize tasks by putting which task that comes first, and then the dependencies, which one depending on, is a way of prioritization. Somebody who is following you, looking at the Gantt chart, we know which one comes first, which one that I need to do before I do this. Is a way of prioritization. Schedule optimization. Optimize project schedule and timeline by identifying critical tasks, dependencies, and constraints, allocating resources effectively to minimize idle time and minimize productivity. We talk about critical path analysis and dependencies is a key way of identifying and tracking our tasks and resources. Is very key. If we know how to use critical path, there is no way there can be delay. Delay in our project cannot take us by surprise because we're already monitoring all these critical paths. It's within the critical path area that delay can occur. But once we monitor them, we know when delay is coming and we stop it, we mitigate it.
I didn't want to Mama Okowa. Let's go bring that. Sunset, choose and chat for in the afternoon.
Ijama, please stop it. Okay. Then resource allocation. Allocate resources such as personnel, budget, and equipment efficiently to ensure that project tasks are completed on time and within budget constraint. So we've done some allocation in Project Labor. You saw the way I allocated the resources, human resources. These are resources there. Resources is not only time. I equally allocated because every personnel or human resources allocated, I added the amount of money to be paid to that particular. So it's a way of allocating both financial and human resources together. And you can see we can use our project tools to do that very well. Like I said, all these things are weaved together. Soft skills, tools, techniques, all of them are weaved together. So now is the soft skill. You need to have this soft skill, time management soft skill. So once you understand the time management soft skill, then you will then understand how to use tools to accomplish that. Time blocking. Block out dedicated time slots for specific time or activities in your schedule. Minimize distractions and interruptions to focus on high priorities and effectively. Just like you see what I'm doing here. You see when I'm presenting, I want to make sure that everybody is getting what I'm saying. And when there are people making noise here and there, how do I try to minimize this disruption and interruption? I block them out by exiting them from the class because they are distracting us. They are interrupting us. You see here, I'm not the person that says this. Is this particular training material that all of us are following now is saying that once we have distraction, I should use technique to minimize this. So going forward, if you distract, you see that it's not me. It's not like that I'm wicked when I send somebody away, but it's because I'm following a ground-laid rule from all my experience. And I want you to learn that when you are doing that, you are not being wicked. You are just following what you learn or what you have been trained. So you said here, minimize distraction and interruption to focus on high priority work effectively. Okay, deadline management. Break down project deliverable into smaller manageable tasks. We've done that already. We know how to break down project deliverable into smaller by using work breakdown structure. Every of us now should know how to do a simple work breakdown structure. You can use your pen and paper to do that. You can use a Excel document to do that. You can, so it's there already. It's no longer a difficult job for us. We've delivered our first project, and I see so many of you capturing beautiful work breakdown structure. So we need to know how to break our work into manageable tasks with clear deadlines, setting realistic expectations and milestones to track progress and ensure timely completion. So time management is a critical skill in project management, enabling project managers to prioritize tasks, allocate resources, and meet deadlines effectively. By mastering time management techniques, project managers can optimize productivity, minimize delay, and deliver successful projects on time and within budget. So let's dive into teamwork. What is teamwork? Teamwork is the ability to collaborate effectively with diverse team members to achieve common objective and deliver project outcomes successfully. Effective teamwork fosters synergy, creativity, innovation, and driving project success. We must learn this teamwork. For instance, now, you see all of us now in different groups. We see Abuja group, we see Lagos mainland, Lagos Island, Enugu, Rivers, Imo, and so many states, Kaduna, Kano. I'm not going to mention every state, but the point I'm trying to make here is that you see all the group. This is the first time so many of them are coming together as a team. So many of them in that team are Muslims. So many of them in that team are Christians. So many of them are pagans. They don't even go to church. They don't. And so many of them in that team are medical doctors. We have lawyers. We have pharmacists. We have bankers. We have accountants. We have educators. We have so many, if I don't mention your career, is not looking down, but there is a lot of career people, different career, different background. So how do we move forward with these people with different background? People with different background. So, I've tried to pardon this Ijoma, but he seems to be a very difficult person. So let's just let that go. So we see we have I've mentioned different people from different background. So without teamwork, without knowing to work effectively as a team, center cannot hold. So this is where we have to learn how to work as a team. We must learn teamwork is very key to project success. So what are the key aspects of teamwork? Collaboration. As a project manager, we must foster an environment of collaboration and cooperation among team members, encouraging open communication, sharing of ideas, and mutually supporting one another. In our group, I always say, help others. Some people are struggling to enroll. I saw some people that took it personally to be coaching people how to enroll. Thank you so much. I noticed that so many of them, if you're having any problem, they will tell you, DM me, just message me privately or contact. They will take it off from there, start helping you. So many people did not enroll because they don't care. They don't even know how to communicate. So many of them joined and left. And after 2 weeks, they remember that, there's one group I joined, they come back and tell you, I have not enrolled. And they think they are dealing with a baby. They will drag me back for enrollment. See, if there is an issue, how come up to 1,500 people enroll? So it means there is no problem. I know when we have a situation and when we don't have a situation. And once you put yourself in a problem, then you deal with it. So that doesn't mean I'm not a wicked person, but there should be discipline as a project. If you don't learn how to be disciplined as a project manager, then how are you going to manage people's resources? People have earning, they put into project, then trust it on your hands. You start a project, You start going for wedding, stay 2 weeks in the wedding, you come back and realize that you have a project. Because this is a project we have. I didn't drag anybody to come and join. You say you want to join, you left. After 2 weeks, you come back and start telling me, no, it doesn't happen that way. So, encourage environment for collaboration, encourage open communication, sharing of ideas, mutual support, then sharing of vision, align team members around shared vision, purpose, and goal, ensuring clarity and buy-in to project objective and expectation. That is, you have to be clear. You must share vision. Everybody must understand the vision, the purpose, the goal of the project they find themselves in. You know, like our project, everybody knows the vision. We are trying to produce quality and responsible project managers and business analysts that will take over the market. And that is the goal. And we are working so hard to see that we can achieve this. In spite of all the distraction or anything, we'll keep on working hard. When I log in on time, every time, doesn't mean I don't have things to do or I don't have families. We make sacrifices. It's not easy. But that is commitment. I call it commitment. When I join the class before you, you join the class after me, that is not being responsible. All of us know, so many of us here are graduates. Who are you to enter a lecture hall? I was in the University of Nigeria, Enugu campus. So many of the lecturers, who are you to enter the lecture room when the lecturer is in? Or so many of us in law faculty, when the lecturer has gone in, you want explosion, you want to come in one lecturer, or even in medical faculty, so many faculties. So why would you want to, not respect yourself here? Because we call it a virtual class? No. So you must learn. It's important. Then role clarity. Clarify roles. In terms of teamwork, everybody must know their role. Everybody must know their duty, their responsibilities, their expectations. We've done that already. All of us know what RACI metrics is. We've used that. This last project, you've used RACI metrics. I asked people to apply RACI. So you should know how to use RACI to identify roles and responsibilities. So this means clarify roles, responsibility, expectation for each other. Ensure everybody understands their contribution and accountability within the team. Build trust and rapport among team members throughout through transparency, integrity, and reliability, fostering a supportive and inclusive team culture. Trust is very, very important. It's important. And I want you people to learn from me. I didn't demand anything from anybody. And it's not stopping me from working at my optimum level. I work even harder for this than even other people where I get paid, because it's an integrity. It's my name. My name is at stake. And my name is my brand, is my identity. That is whom I am. You can say I'm a very rigid person, but you have tried to build a trust. Now, so many of us are put into litmus tests, more especially the team members we selected. I'm just happy that we are not dragging money, which means that most of our team members are responsible and they can be trusted. They contributed money for this outing, and nobody is having I didn't see this money is not utilized well. I've not seen that. Nobody has come to me to report to me that the money contributed is not well utilized. That is trust. These are people you don't know before. They contributed money and you use the money well, and they are happy. It means they can trust you with other things. You see, because of this you've done, so many of them will start coming to you with their personal problems, confiding in you, even their family issues. They start bringing it to you to help them out. That is trust. You need to earn it. So conflict resolution, address conflict or disagreement among team members promptly and constructively. When I say promptly and don't, when there is a situation, address it immediately. Don't allow it to linger. And we've discussed this because we've discussed conflict resolution. Make sure there is no finger pointing. Apply strategic management. Even if someone is an err, find a way to address the issue generally. Call the erring person privately and address the person privately. Caution the person if the person has not been doing the right thing. You know, that you need to be constructive doesn't mean that you should be scared of talking to team members that have not been behaving well. All I'm saying is that you cannot just call them in public and embarrass them. You know? So, when the two members are fighting, try to be, strategic. But whoever is the cause of that fight, you must call the person and tell the person that the person is at fault. We see a lot of people, they like bullying each other in a team like this, which I've seen. I've tried to address it. Don't try to, when somebody make a comment, you start laughing. I see that a lot. And I try to penalize some of these people bullying each other. You don't bully people. Call it cyberbullying. In a team like this, when somebody is asking a question, even if that question is so stupid to you, it might be very personal to the person. More especially if the question is not being directed to you. Some of them, they will ask me a question, and some of you will start laughing at them. It's not good. So, empowerment. Empower team members by delegating authorities and decision-making responsibilities. Encourage autonomy, innovation, and ownership of their work. We've done this a lot, but it's good as they are bringing it back, so you know that these are what we need to do while we're trying to build a team. We can see we're talking about teamwork, aspect of teamwork. You must learn how to empower your team members, resolve conflict, build trust. Recognition, recognize and celebrate individuals and collective achievements, contribution, reinforcing positive behaviors, and reinforcing team morale and motivation. So you see, I'm always talking about positive behaviors, team morale. You say it's important so that you know that you need to do that. You keep on thinking, because the church always talking about that. Yes, because that is what I've learned over the years as a project manager, and will continue to reinforce. You see here, you say reinforce. Reinforce means keep on promoting positive behavior and reinforcing team morale. Recognize people when they've done something good. Of course, you know how I've been celebrating our team members and every group for this successful outing. I've been celebrating them, and it has motivated so many of most of you are highly motivated already. From their action, I see motivation, highly motivated, and that is the way I can get the best out of you. because I want by the end of this program, I want all of you to be grabbing job. When people are hearing that you secure the job, this one secure the job, this one that is me being means that I've done a good job and you make me happy. So that's why I keep on encouraging people to bring the best out of you, to make sure that you grasp this and go and get yourself a good living. So practical application of teamwork, effective communication, and effective communication enable open communication channels to promote channels and the protocols among team members, ensuring clear, transparent communication of projects, goals, progress, and expectation. Collaborative problem solving. Encourage collaborative problem solving approach, leveraging the diverse skills, experience, and perspective of team members to address challenges creatively and effectively. Team building. Facilitate team building activities and exercise to strengthen relationship, build trust, foster sense of comrade and cohesion among the team members. That's what, like this outing we've gone, is a way of team building and team bonding. Cross-functional collaboration. Promote cross-functional collaboration and integration across different departments or discipline, leverage diverse expertise and perspective to achieve project objective. Feedback and coaching. Provide regular feedback and coaching to team members. Recognize their strengths and areas for improvement and supporting their professional development growth is very, very important. Feedback and supporting team members to perform better. Conflict management. Develop conflict management strategies and processes to address conflict or disputes constructively, promoting dialogue, understanding, and resolution to maintain team harmony and productivity. Conclusively, teamwork is a critical skill in project management, enabling project managers to leverage their collective strength and their talent of team members to achieve project objectives successfully. By fostering collaboration, communication, and trust, project managers can build high-performing teams that drive innovation, creativity, and project success. So, I was hoping we have 2 topics remaining, but because of time, I don't think we can finish it because I have another class coming up. So we are going to stop here. It's very good we digest these soft skills, because everything we do, this is what is manifesting in you. Soft skills these are your character, your behavior as a project manager. It's not the tool that is behaving, it's you that behaving that way. So that's why we need to take our time to look at it deeply and not just rush it. So I'm not going to rush it. We will make our time to finish out the 3 remaining topics, and then we'll move on. It will not stop us, it will not make us to run behind the schedule. So, like I say, we're stopping here for tonight. We'll stop at team working. So next time we're going to look at emotional intelligence, have conflict resolution, and stakeholder management. So these are the three topics we need to dissect before we jump into project management approach and methodologies. So thank you, Tim. And as usual, I will take 2 questions, So my next class is starting by 7:30. So I'll just take 2 questions and we can call it a good night. So I'll have Juliet Weme here raising her hand. So I'm calling your name. You keep we start talking to us. Juliet, you are not here. Okay, Ugu edit. I think Juliet raised hand by error.
No, I did not. Good evening, Mr. Charles. And thank you for the class. My question is concerning the project management in general. As a project manager that has managed projects or project labor, and it has an estimated time to start and finish, and you're managing a project in a company whereby the project keeps delaying. Like the project's supposed to have finished, but it's not the fault of the company, but the way they're supposed to deploy keeps delaying their project. What do you do if you're using project labor to manage it? I'm kind of confused.
Yeah, if you have a timeline and you find out that you are not meeting with the timeline, you'd have to seek for permission. If there is permission to extend the timeline, then you extend the timeline that's why I said all this software will keep on monitoring and keep on reevaluating and readjusting. There is room for adjustment. So if you are using project labor, you readjust your timeline. But before then, you need to create a baseline for the first timeline. So you can have up to 2 baselines. The first baseline, so that whoever is monitoring your project will know that you have crossed the first baseline. So now we are working on another baseline. If you look at project labor very well, there is what we call baseline. All the project planners, even Microsoft projects, they have baseline. So once you finish planning your project, before you start, you baseline it.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Yeah.
Hello, Mr. Charles. Good evening, sir.
Yes.
Sir, please, I want to ask this question because it's the question that has come to my inbox and a lot of people are asking. I don't want you to be angry. It's about these people that are not able
Just be
to.
fast, because I said
Okay,
I have a
they
class
are
by
asking. They are asking whether they should continue with the class or they should quit, and if they continue, whether you will give them certificate at the end of the class. They just want to know their fate. So I want you to make it categorical so that they will know where they stand with us in this program. Those people that registered but they are unable to enroll. So can you address it?
I'm just disappointed you bring in this issue. You've brought this issue in your platform. I told you we are done with this. So why are you
No, sir,
bringing
they
it?
say if they could, whether they should stop attending classes or they should
If they
continue.
want to attend class, they can attend class. If they want to quit, they can quit. But
Okay,
if
okay,
you
that is just
stop enrolling, I gave people 3 windows, 3 good windows to enroll. And they couldn't enroll. Is it my fault that they couldn't enroll? So
no, it's not your fault,
it's
sir.
not my fault. And in as much as I try to be nice, there is limit to every niceness.
Okay, sir.
So the window has been open for people to enroll. Somebody even came to them, tell me that they went for burial, they stayed and then came back, and then remember they have this in, they come back again to start, and I'll be waiting for you to. I'm not sorry you went for burial. It's not my fault, and it's not your fault. But this is business we are doing here. We're not waiting for anybody. You know, you join a group, you didn't know what was happening, and after like 2 weeks or how long have you started this? I know how many. The first time I gave 1 month grace, I gave another like 2 weeks grace, I gave another like 1 week, because you are the person that set up the system for us. So all of you here have their personal businesses. If the way you run your business, good and fine. But this is not the way I run my business. And if you criticize me, tell me how much people you have helped in this kind of capacity. So I'm a very straightforward person.
It's okay. Thank you,
So
sir.
please don't start bringing this issue up again. I will take it personally with you when you bring, because I've addressed this issue with you. You keep on bringing this issue. You want to make it like Mr. Charles is wicked? Is that your plan or what? You don't need to do that. You want to make sure like if you please them, they will see you as the nice person and then see me as the wicked person. You don't do that. So, good night, everyone.
Good night, sir. Thank you very much.
Good night, sir.